Hello. Today I want to talk to you about fruit. Fruit? What do you mean fruit? Let's just talk about it today in your morning cup of inspiration. Let's see where this takes us. You know, when Deb and I were in California, we had most wonderful fruit trees. We had an old lemon tree that was big, huge lemons would come off it, and we had a wine barrel that was cut in half and had these lime trees growing in it, and that had great fruit. We had a kumquat tree, and if you don't know what that is, it's these little orange pieces of fruit that are sweet on the outside and bitter on the inside, just the opposite of an orange. Really great. Then we had this beautiful persimmon tree. And oh man, the fruit that produced, it was big, huge persimmons and so sweet and juicy. During that season, I would make everything persimmon. And when it was off season, I froze persimmon, so I still had some to use. We even had a volunteer cherry tomato plant grow one year. And it was just vine just grew out of nowhere. And it was the most sweetest little tomatoes. And the next year it was gone. But it was in one year and out the other. But since coming to Florida, it's been a little different story. Deb has a wonderful garden over in the community garden, but at home we're trying to grow some lemons and limes, and they're just not growing. I mean, they're small, and they're not as juicy as we like them to be. Whereas our good friends Matt and Robin, green thumbs, those two, they have a beautiful garden at the house. They have this lime tree that's producing the biggest, most juiciest limes you've ever seen. And so there's a difference. We're all both growing fruit, but both going a couple different ways. And the same is in our lives. We produce spiritual fruit. And the Bible tells us, it directs us to produce spiritual fruit. Jesus said in John 15:8, when you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father. So if we're really followers of Jesus, then we have to produce spiritual fruit. We want to produce spiritual fruit in our lives. One way to produce spiritual fruit is to stop doing things that we know are sinful, that we know that displeases God. Another way is to give praise and thanks to God, and that's what we do in church. Every time we worship and we sing and we praise, we are creating spiritual fruit. In Hebrews 13:1, it reads, "Therefore let us offer through Jesus a continual sacrifice of praise to God, proclaiming our allegiance to his name." You see, every time you're in church, again, we are producing spiritual fruit. And in Galatians 5:22 and 23, it says, "But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things." So essentially, the word is telling us that a change in our conduct and our character will produce spiritual fruit. So bring great joy to the Father today by producing an abundance of spiritual fruit in your life. God bless everyone. Look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.